Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 160. Tesla held their Investor Day, and boy, did they bring a lot of information. One of them is, of course, the next generation factory. Now, the next Giga factory will be in Mexico, and it's looking big. And Toyota is out saying that the Tesla Model Y under the skin is a true work of art. And Berlin hits new production record ahead of schedule. And Tesla took the crown from Ford as the US automaker with the most loyal customers. And surprise, surprise, Nikola is on the brink of bankruptcy. All of this and much, much more on today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Tesla held their Investor Day, and boy, did they bring a lot of information. I have already made a video about Tesla's next generation platform and what this will mean for the auto industry and why this is such a game changer. And I will make a lot more videos diving into all of these great topics from the event, so stay tuned for that. So I will not dive too much into it here in the news show, as there is simply just too much to cover. But if you didn't see it, Rob Maurer from Tesla Daily made a supercut version of the 3-hour-long event down to only 28 minutes. I can highly recommend watching the whole thing, but if you don't have the time, this is a great cut. I will leave a link down below. To all that tuned in and watched the whole thing together with me live on my channel, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. But if I should take the event down in bullet points here, this is just some of the key takeaways. They showed off that we could transition the entire world to sustainable energy, and this is very feasible, and the amount of energy that is needed for an all-electric future running on renewables will take less mining and resources as a fossil fuel society. Just like T&E and European NGO have shown, that I made a video about a couple of years ago, or maybe 1 year ago. So just very nice to see Tesla's research coming to the same conclusion as T&E. We also got the official announcement of the next Gigafactory, which will be in Mexico. Tesla's next generation factory, building Tesla's next generation EV platform. So with Tesla's speed, we could probably expect production from Mexico by the end of next year. And just look at this picture of the factory. This factory looks bigger than Texas. But it is the next generation factory for their next generation vehicle that only need half the footprint. This factory will be spitting out millions of vehicles. I did make a video a couple of years back where I said that Tesla's next generation factory that was going to build the compact car would probably be able to build 4 million vehicles from one factory. But I might have underestimated Tesla's production capabilities, as this factory is huge. And we did get to see Tesla's next generation Optimus as well. That was very cool. I really just wondered what they showed us. Just a little update about it. Seeing the next generation robot already able to walk around and do stuff. The speed of Tesla here is just insane. 6 months ago, this robot couldn't even walk. A very underestimated part of Tesla's business. Then they went through Elon's master plan part 3, of course, that is all about scale and cost and efficiency. And they showed us how they will produce and assemble the next generation car, which was very interesting. And that was what my video this week was mostly about, so check that out for more info. But this is so cool what Tesla has done here in production. And then there was a lot of info regarding efficiency, engineering, future investment and cost reduction throughout the whole company, showing us how they're going to be able to make the EV for half the price, but not showing us the car just yet, as that deserve its own event. Tesla is just next level in manufacturing compared to anyone else. But as I said, more video is coming on the many different topics from the Investor Day, so stay tuned for that. But in the Q&A section, Elon also said that they need about 10 models to get to 20 million vehicles. So we only need the next couple of models to kind of already be there, including the semi-truck, while everyone else wants like 75 different EV models. Yeah, good luck with that. And there was also a little Easter egg here showing off a wireless charger. Oh yeah, bring it. And Tesla also said China saw a huge increase in demand after the price cut, more than they can produce. So once again, killing the rumors of any demand problem. They do not have a demand problem. And nice to see all the Tesla's leaders at the event talking about their team and what they're doing and showing us Tesla is not Elon Musk and Elon Musk is not Tesla. They have 129,000 awesome employees, all working towards the goal of accelerating the world towards a sustainable future. So a very cool event with a lot of stuff that Wall Street, of course, will not get. And the stock was, of course, also down after the event quite a bit, even though Tesla just showed it is all over. No one is catching up, but the stock was down.
But it was not just Tesla that was down. The whole market came out of one of the worst weeks last week in 2023. And we all know that there were days last year that 99% of the stock market lost value. And you might be thinking, but I am diversifying. Why are my portfolio getting wrecked? Well, maybe we need to diversify in a new way. We need to find a modern solution, a 2023 way to diversify. And sure, a single day does not make the market, but this is not a buy the dip scenario like it usually is with Tesla. Forget day trading, value hunting or whatever. Years like 2022 makes you reassess your larger strategy. This is why asset managers, especially Goldman Sachs, now say the ideal allocation of stock has shrunk from 60% to 45%. So what do they recommend you do with that difference in order to try to salvage your lost returns? Invest in real assets like fine art, of course. They say it can not only protect your purchasing power, but the last time inflation was this high, from 1977 to 82, contemporary art offered an average of 20% yearly appreciation, even beating out real estate, according to the MW All Art database. And look, I've been telling you about art's strength in times like these for months now. Why do you think I partnered up with Masterworks? In the last 12 months, they have paid out over $28 million in net returns to investors like you and I. Can you name another investment that delivers that kind of value right now? Not just in times like these, but for the last 26 years in a row, contemporary art outpaced the S&P 500 by 131%. With a result like this, Masterworks had to require and release more art on their platform to meet demand, and offerings were sold out in minutes, so there is a waiting list. But that is where I come in, as you can now skip that waiting list just by clicking the link in the description. I have been talking about Masterworks for more than a year, telling you guys this is a way to diversify your portfolio while we are waiting for Tesla long term to go to the moon. So click the link below and get started today. And thanks to Masterworks for sponsoring this video.
And we got a new data point for our prediction tracker, as Tesla Berlin shared that they have now reached 4,000 units in production per week. So that is only 2 months they went from 3,000 to 4,000, quicker than I had expected in my prediction tracker here, as Berlin hit their 1,000 units in production per week in June 2022, 2,000 units per week in October 2023, and 3,000 units in December of last year, and now 4,000 units in February. So we should expect Tesla to hit about 5,000 units in about mid-April, probably week 16 or 17. So to put this into a little perspective, that means that the Berlin factory is now already at a production run rate of 204,000 for the year. So that is without ramping up any further if they only stay at 4,000 units per week. And in 2022, the Volkswagen brand sold a total of 145,000 units in Europe. So the Berlin factory is now producing much more EVs in Europe than what the Volkswagen brand was able to do in all of 2022. But also a good showcase of how good Tesla is at ramping up production of EVs compared to the old guys, even though many have thought that Berlin was pretty slow. Not compared to the old guys. In December 2021, Jim Farley, Ford CEO, said on Twitter that Ford was aiming for 200,000 Mach-E's in 2023 for its North American market and Europe, so basically all of their production of the EVs, as they don't sell much in China right now. And they have been producing this car since October 2020, so about 2 years and 4 months, and they only now for 2023 is aiming for 200,000 in production, the same production rate as Tesla's Berlin factory has just hit, only after 10 months that they have been in production. And Tesla's numbers is not targets or aims. 4,000 units per week, 200,000 annually, that is their production rate right now, as Ford has yet to show us that they can actually do it. And last year, they only produced and sold 90,000 units for their Mach-E, so they have to more than double their production this year to be able to do in their third full year of production than what Tesla was able to ramp up to in just 10 months. No wonder Jim Farley has been out saying we will never catch up to Tesla in production efficiency and cost. Yeah, not even close. But the Tesla Berlin factory will of course not just stop here at 4,000 units per week. As I said, I expect them to hit 5,000 units per week in week 16 or 17 this year, so about 2 months from now, and then continue to ramp up at that speed until they hit the maximum production rate of 10,000 units per week, probably by the beginning of Q4 this year. So my guess is that the Berlin factory will produce somewhere north of 350,000 units in 2023, if all goes well, of course. So to put that in perspective, this is more than the entire Volkswagen Group sold in Europe in 2022, where they sold about 306,000 BEVs, so Teslas. One factory in Europe that produces one model will probably produce more units than the biggest automaker group here in Europe did last year in Europe. With its many factories and dozens of EV models, I still don't think people really get just how big a move Tesla's Berlin factory really is for the European car market. I did make a whole video about this back in October 2021, how the Berlin factory was a checkmate move from Tesla. If you haven't seen that one, you should definitely check it out. Link down below. Herbert Diess did understand what a devastating blow to the German auto industry this Berlin factory was, and that is why they held 2 meetings with all the manager of the Volkswagen Group on how they could catch up to Tesla. But with all the delays in software and pushing back the Trinity platform, that was the new platform that should be able to produce the ID.3 as fast as Tesla could produce the Model 3 in 2021. But we all know that is not going to happen anymore in 2026, but by the end of this decade. And remember, Tesla is also sending a lot of Model 3s from Shanghai to Europe and the S and X from the Fremont factory. So the 350,000 units is just the Berlin factory all on its own. And then comes everything on top of that. So I've now updated my production prediction tracker here, and I now have Tesla delivering about 2.235 million units in 2023. And once again, Oliver Zipse, CEO of BMW, is out saying stuff that makes me very scared about BMW's future. As Alex shared on Twitter, Oliver said, as a versatile energy source, hydrogen will play a key role in the energy transition and thus the climate protection. But it gets even dumber. This is because it is one of the most efficient way to store and transport renewable energy. Oh my God. The most efficient way? Are you kidding me? At least Oliver gets that this is an energy storage system and not an energy source, as many gets wrong. But to call it the most efficient, when Volkswagen research has shown that it's only about 33% efficient, T&E has showed the same thing, Mercedes dropped the hydrogen car after 30 years of development as they came back to the conclusion it will always be too expensive and is not very efficient. So did Scania, one of the world's biggest truck manufacturer, as they developed both hydrogen and pure electric semi-truck and buses, and as they also found out BEVs are just better and more efficient and more affordable to make in the long long term. So they stopped all development of the hydrogen vehicle as well. So it is not just me and all the research that has been made on this, as I talked about in my video about the truth about hydrogen, that you can share with everyone that still think hydrogen is the way to go. But it's so many automakers and researchers that already done the stuff here. And most efficient to transport renewables? Are you kidding me? You don't transport hydrogen. It is insanely difficult. That is why 92% of all hydrogen is produced where it is used. And why hydrogen cars just don't make sense. I mean, the level of stupidity coming out of BMW is just amazing. BMW, you really need a big test lab to wake the hell up. Shell in Munich has just torn down and dismantled a hydrogen station after 4 years of unsuccessful operation. The same thing happened in the UK, but there Shell took down 4 hydrogen stations. Took down, Oliver. Not installed. It's going the wrong way. Even though the operation had received funding through the European Fuel Cell Hydrogen Joint Undertaking. The 4th station in Swindon that in 2022 said it had invested £2.23 million per year to sustain its small station, but has decided that it's not sustainable to continue to make this investment. So dear BMW, you need to wake up, man. Hydrogen cars has been around for decades, but have gone nowhere. And some hydrogen stations in Europe are even being taken down as they are not sustainable, as they cost a couple of $millions just to build one stall, where Tesla get a supercharger stall for $43,000, and the maintenance is much lower than a couple of $1 million a year. Everything about hydrogen cars is just stupid expensive and just plain stupid. But Oliver Zipse is leading BMW down the road to a dead end. A truly dead end. But BMW also continues about battery technologies. As things stand today, however, we have to assume that not much will change in terms of cell chemistry over the next 8 years. So we will have to work with familiar technology. Oh man, BMW is lost at sea, in an ever-changing sea of innovative disruptions that they can't even see. And Toyota is out saying that Tesla Model Y under the skin is a true work of art. It's unbelievable. So we all know Toyota has scrapped their old EV platform, as it was too expensive to make and not really very good. But now they are apparently looking at what Tesla is doing. So nice to see new things happening with the new CEO, as Toyota recently torn down the Tesla Model Y to learn how to build its own electric cars that would be competitive. One of the leaders of the company said, taking the skin off the Model Y, it was truly a true work of art. It's unbelievable. So Toyota's minds was blown at how good Tesla is at manufacturing. This is truly an historic moment. Just try to let this one sink in. Toyota admires Tesla's manufacturing. The Tesla teardown showed Toyota that its own advance in manufacturing technology was surpassed in many ways. Although the latest version of the Model Y looked the same on the outside, they have been completely redesigned on the inside. Tesla innovates in their vehicles as soon as they achieve certain improvements, so they are improving non-stop. Yes, we have all known this for years, so very scary that Toyota is only finding out about this now. They have truly been living in their own little bubble over there in Japan and thought they were the king of manufacturing. Well, that is true. They were the king of manufacturing, but have been resting on their laurels. Now Toyota is behind Tesla in not just electric cars, but behind in how you make a car. But this is also why I think Toyota is not going to make the shift to EVs without getting bailed out by the Japanese government, as they are only now learning what Tesla is doing. It will take Toyota many years to get ready with a whole new EV platform designed from scratch that can compete with Tesla. Toyota has to learn a whole new way of producing cars, the way Toyota has done for the last 100 years and perfected their lean production line is now obsolete. This will take the rest of this decade, in my opinion, for them to get this up and running. Or if they can do it faster, I will truly be impressed. But when we look at the trend lines for the EV adoption, well, the race towards 80 to 90% of new car sales being EVs will be all over by the end of this decade, when Toyota might have something competitive to what Tesla has today. We have just had Investor Day, and Tesla is leapfrogging once again. So yeah, by the end of this decade, Tesla is going to be in a completely different place. Remember, they make about 1,000 changes to their car models itself or its production line every single year. So in 7 years from now, the true work of art inside the Model Y will be completely different from what it is today, and will be an even better work of art, probably a masterpiece. Yes, they are reacting too late, and Tesla is driving a Tesla Model S Plaid in a foot race. They will never catch up. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this new show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla Shorts. BMW recalls over 90,000 EVs in China due to software issues. And no, they can't do an over-the-air update. They have to recall them to make a software update in 2023. Yeah, this is simply not a premium car anymore in my book. No over-the-air update capabilities, not a premium car. That's just old school premium. And BYD cuts the price of some of their models in China, so according to Charlie Munger, that is not good, right? Because that was pretty much why he thought BYD was a better investment than Tesla, because Tesla had cut prices 2 times last year and BYD had raised prices. But this is BYD's first price cut this year, meaning that keeping market share stable in 2023 may be more important to them than maintaining profit margins. And that is probably a very good idea, as some of their cars have got a price cut of about $1,500, so that is about the profit that BYD has on their cars. So a price cut like this could really hurt their earnings, not like Tesla, which can cut thousands of dollars and still have industry-leading profits on their cars. But we'll see here in the next couple of quarters how it turns out. And Holmar shared another video this week where he wrote, "People told me my Tesla would never be able to handle an unprotected left turn like this one below. Now full self-driving beta does this routinely, like it's nothing. And just look at this unprotected left turn it had to do. Tesla's full self-driving is getting so good. Remember, Waymo do drive in geo-fenced area, but do not even do unprotected left turns. That is why Waymo's taxis take longer to get to its destination than a Tesla with full self-driving, because the Waymo can only get there not using unprotected left turns. Yep, this is much closer than people realize, and will send shockwaves through the entire auto industry when they release real full self-driving to the fleet. And if you think Tesla is not doing very well in Europe because of all the bad press they get all the time from mainstream media that doesn't not get it, well, the Tesla Model Y is by far the best-selling EV in Europe. It's not even close. And the inevitable seems to be happening very soon. Nikola is going bankrupt. As we see here in this article from Hydrogen Insight, substantial doubt hydrogen truck maker Nikola on brink of collapse after ranking up $2 billion in losses. The US company warns it may have to terminate our operation in the next 12 months after admitting continued losses for the foreseeable future. As the CEO said, "We believe that we will continue to incur operation and net losses each quarter until at least the time we begin to generate significant margin from our trucks, which may not happen." Yeah, guess Nikola didn't have the best battery in the world, and Trevor Milton did not out Elon. And to all the people that said that Elon is hurting the Tesla brand by buying Twitter and all the stupid tweet he does, has just been proven wrong, as Tesla has just been recognized as the car maker with the most loyal customers in the United States, according to a survey conducted by S&P Global, taking the crown from Ford, who had held that title for 12 years straight. Just as we talked about before, Tesla also was the automaker that was the best at stealing customers and keeping them. So just another survey showing this. So once again, Tesla is sitting on the top. First, they pushed BMW off the first spot of the best-selling premium brand in the US, and now it has the most loyal customers in the US as well, pushing Ford off the top spot. Yeah, Tesla is just taking over piece by piece by piece. But no wonder, Tesla still has the fastest cars, but still has a good range that does the best in cold weather, but it's also the safest car in the world and the best charging network, and no one else is able to do an over-the-air update like Tesla does. Why would you pick anything else when you have tried just how good it can be? And apparently Elon Musk has approached artificial intelligence researchers in recent weeks about forming a new research lab to develop an alternative to ChatGPT, the high-profile chatbot made by the startup OpenAI that was founded by Elon Musk, but stepped down to not have a conflict of interest between Tesla's AI team and OpenAI. But now Elon is at it again, but maybe he will do it within Tesla. And Volkswagen is falling to new lows. As Volkswagen showed the world once again, they are only in it for the money. As Volkswagen briefly refused to track car with an abducted child inside until received payment. Guys, if that had been Tesla, they could just have tracked the car with the app itself, without paying anything to Tesla. Shame on you, Volkswagen. And SpaceX launched another Starlink mission this week, but this one was with their new version 2 Starlink satellites that SpaceX called them version 2 Mini. They represent a step forward in Starlink's capabilities and has 4 times more capacity per satellite than earlier iterations. Nice. And the launch, of course, was flawless, and the booster landed back perfectly on the drone ship, of course. Elon tweeted a very cool video from the launch of the satellite as well. Very cool. And SpaceX also launched the next Crew 6 mission, sending 4 new astronauts into space to the International Space Station. And if you haven't seen it already, don't forget to check out Jan from Tesla Fix interview he did with me last week, where we converted about the competition and much more. Always good fun talking with Jan. Link down below if you want to check it out. And we got to see Tesla's Magic Dock in action this week, and it is Tesla, so of course it worked, and worked great. As I have said many times before, this is just the best marketing stunt ever. Everyone else has to make a Tesla account, download your Tesla app, press the button to charge your non-Tesla car. So why not get your Tesla while you wait on your non-Tesla car to charge? You can do that through the Tesla app you have open anyway. But nice to see that the EV owners get to experience just how good it can actually be with the best charging network in the world. And for now, only available on 10 stations in the US. And we got to see the real power of the EV this week, as a Rivian pulled out a semi-truck in trouble. But unfortunately, Rivian is struggling with production, as they reported a net loss for full year 2022 of $6.7 billion. Ouch. They are aiming for about 50,000 units in 2023. Wall Street calls that a miss, as they estimated 60,000, but I really can't see how that's a miss when Rivian has not estimated anything yet. Just Wall Street that once again guessed wrong. But I hope Rivian can have a better 2023, but if they continue to lose money at this rate, they don't have many years left. And in my country of Denmark, Tesla is simply just taking over. In January, Tesla's Model Y was the second most sold car overall in the country, and in February it was the best-selling car overall with quite the margin. Look at that pie chart. Model Y 28%. Number 2 is the little Peugeot 208. And this is not EVs, but overall car sales. Very impressive, and congratulations to the Tesla team for this amazing achievement. And before we end up with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to my newest patrons and members of this YouTube channel. My new Patreon, Arno Elzinga, and my new YouTube members, Angel Raul DiPiro and Tom Tortuva. Thank you so much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are all the producers of this new show. Thank you. And a big and special thanks to Supporter of the Week. And this week's winner is Nate supporter. He has been a thank you for watching member for more than a year now. Thank you so much for all your support. Please contact me on this email down below so I can get your address so I can send you your Supporter of the Week winner t-shirt. Thank you. And let's end with a bit of fun. Everybody loves a good play in the snow. That is all we have time for in this new show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot so others can find it on YouTube. And if you did like it, maybe you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. And don't forget, if you want to become an executive producer and get news articles every day, Monday to Friday, the video series Becoming News, access to all my research and charts and spreadsheets, and become part of a little exclusive club of executive producers, head over to bestintesla.com and join with the members button. But hurry up, it will be limited to 100 members. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support, and if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel and get your shout out on this show. You can also become a member of the YouTube channel to get a shout out and some extra perks. Hit the members button to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I tweet all the news as it comes out and more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. Now it's also possible to support the show without buying anything, becoming a member or a patron. There is a link to a donation options in the show notes. And also as simple as hitting the super like button. But going forward, I will be making more videos for patrons and members only. And I will give my YouTube members and patrons early access to my videos whenever possible, and make my videos ads free for members and patrons only. So don't miss out. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.